When did you join the Army again?
1940, December
40 or 41?
41.
Right after Pearl Harbor?
Yeah,
Holy cow. Where were you living at the time?
up north,
In Minnesota?
right, Minnesota,
Okay.
at Williams.
Oh, Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I used to go there as a kid camping.
Yeah, okay.
At the Scout, at the
Yeah.
Skylab Refuge there, CCC camp.
Yeah, okay.
Now, when you signed up, where did you sign up at? In Bemidji?
Bemidji,
In Bemidji? And
Yeah.
then where did you go for boot camp?
all the way down to Arkansas,
Arkansas?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Camp Robinson, Arkansas.
Okay. And you spent several weeks. When you finished boot camp, then where did they assign you?
I was,
Where'd you go to from there?
I'm trying to think of where it was.
Somebody wants to be
Yeah.
part of it. Do you remember what fort you went to next after boot camp?
I should,
You should. Well, maybe it'll come
Yeah.
later.
yeah.
Did you stay in the States all the time, or did you finally go overseas?
Oh, I finally went overseas.
Were you infantry or what?
No, medics.
Medics.
They put me in the medics.
Did you have any medical training before, or did you just learn it in the Army?
Just learning in the Army at that time.
Okay. Now, when you went overseas, you went to Europe, I assume.
That's right.
41.
Yep.
And you know whereabouts in Europe you came up? Did you go by ship
We went by ship
to England or where?
to England, but we landed in Scotland.
Landed in Scotland?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and when you landed in Scotland, then what did they do with you?
Well, I was in Scotland for I don't know, a couple of months, I think it was.
Doing anything or just training?
Oh no, training.
Oh, training,
Yeah.
okay. Well, the war was going on pretty strong at that time.
That's right.
Where did you go when you left Scotland?
We went to,
Remember the name of the country?
oh yeah, sure. Went to France.
France?
Yeah,
Now, that was after Normandy then, right?
that was,
I'm losing track of my dates.
yeah,
After Normandy invasion.
yeah.
Where did they? Because you were the medics, then you must have been up near the front lines then,
Very much so.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Through France, did you go any place else besides France?
Oh no, we went to France and from there we shipped on the Mediterranean Sea.
You ended up on a ship on the Mediterranean.
Yeah, but then we went back into Italy a little bit.
That's where the fighting was going on in Italy.
Oh, most of it, or most of what they had at that time was going on there.
Going on in Italy.
Yeah,
Was Patton in Italy? I don't remember. I don't think so.
no,
Now, when you were in Italy, then were you up on the front lines as a medic?
well, landed on the front lines, but we were put farther back where we had hospitals set up. So we had hospitals that we served.
Hmm. Were you assigned to a hospital tent, or did you have to go with the guys?
But that was a long time ago,
Yeah, sure it was.
and we landed in France, and then went on to
Well, now you were in Italy
yeah,
for how long?
just barely.
Okay. What happened next then?
Well, we went from there on the troop ship to, gosh, I can't remember now.
Back to England?
No,
Well, where would the troop ship go from Italy?
we went
Africa?
to the States to start with.
You went back to the States?
Yeah, it hit the States and then went on for the rest of the trip. So
Now, when you when you were in Italy for a short time, you were saying they put you on a boat in Italy,
Oh, we were on the boat, yeah, from France.
back to France?
No, France to Italy.
Okay. Now you're in Italy,
Yep,
and you were there for a short time,
that's right.
and then you went back to the boat? Or what happened to you in Italy?
Yeah, well, right, yeah. We were, I don't remember exactly, but
Okay.
it had something to do with train and stuff.
Training?
Train,
Trains?
yeah, riding a train.
You got on a train. Do you remember where you got on the train at? What country were you in?
I was when I got into Italy and I was on the train.
Okay, you were on a train. Do you remember where the train went? Where you were in Italy?
Yeah, yeah. But we went from part of Italy then to our landing unit there. I can't remember which town that was, but
Sure. Well, that's a long time
yeah,
ago. Did they put you on the front lines with the guys?
no way,
You didn't have to go on the front lines?
no.
No.
Well, I was on some, just stopping through and be on the front line or something, and we were moved on from there.
So, was that front line, was that in Italy then?
Sure,
It was in Italy,
you
okay.
bet it was, yeah.
Where did you go when you were all done in Italy?
Well,
Was there did you go on a boat or
oh yeah, we went on a boat.
you left Italy on a boat? Did it go to France or England?
No, we went from Italy all the way over to the Philippines.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
Do you remember what year that was you went to the Philippines? 45?
it was.
Was the war over in Europe then?
Oh,
It wasn't.
no, well, it kind of was.
Okay, partially.
Yeah.
So now you went to the Philippines. Did you go through the Panama Canal?
Right on.
Right on, and you ended up,
without any clothes on. They had everybody on the boat take off their clothes and have a good bath while they were at it.
from Italy to the canal to the Philippines,
That's right.
Manila,
Right on.
and then what did you do in the Philippines?
Not much.
MacArthur must have come back then and got the Philippines back or something.
Well, it was.
Well, that had to be because the Philippines was occupied by the Japanese.
Yeah.
The Japanese were gone when you got there.
No way.
They were there.
Oh, sure.
Wow. Well, where were you then in the Philippines if the Japanese were there?
Well, we landed in the Philippines, but there was.
Do you recall it was the Manila?
Yeah, Manila, but we landed at Manila to
Okay.
start with, yeah.
And then as a medic, how long was it before MacArthur came back?
I have no idea.
Okay. How did you stay alive if you had the Japanese on the island?
Well, there's a lot of island there,
A lot of what?
but a lot of island was there.
Okay, a lot of islands.
Yeah.
But you were on the main island of Philippines?
Oh, yes,
So
right.
the Japanese were on the other islands then?
Yeah, could be.
Okay. I can't remember if MacArthur came back or not at that time. What'd they have you do there?
At the Philippines,
Yeah,
we just played around the sand. And,
played around in the sand, okay. Well, the Japanese on the islands and you played around in the sand, that was a pretty good deal.
yeah, right.
Did you end up in any combat while you were in the Philippines?
Not that you noticed it.
So then, while you were in the Philippines, as a medic, was anything going on where you were? Was it quiet or was it busy?
Well, there was a lot of people moving around all the time, so
Okay. Anybody shoot at you, make you mad?
no.
Well, that's a good thing. Well, now you're at the Philippines. I don't know where MacArthur is at this time. Did you ever leave the Philippines and go someplace else then?
To Japan
Or you were in Japan after the
Yeah.
war?
during the war.
Well, the U.S. troops went into Japan after the atomic bombs.
Yeah, right,
That's when you went in,
right on.
after the atomic bombs?
Yeah.
What did you do there while you were in Japan? Were you just still a medic?
Oh yeah. We played around with all of our equipment that we had put on a boat that we had to use. So,
Do you remember where you were in Japan? Big city, small town? Or?
oh yeah, right on. Well, there wasn't much. The towns left when I got there because
Okay.
they bombed them.
How long did you stay in Japan? A year, a month, or two?
No, I suppose it was about a year and a half.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Yeah,
So then you were part of the occupation force then.
that was right.
And what did they have you doing then at that time for that length of time? Still medic work?
Oh yeah,
Were you helping the Japanese people or?
no, we were helping the U.S. boys.
Helping the U.S. boys.
Yeah,
Well, when the war is over, they shouldn't have needed too much help then.
no, they didn't.
But you stayed there for a year and a half,
Yeah,
and then you went home by boat
correct.
to Hawaii or to California or where?
I went back to California.
And then you were all done with the service.
Well, except for being shipped down to Wisconsin to be let go. So
You went to Wisconsin. You went back to Wisconsin.
yeah,
And why was that?
well, that's where the boat was going.
The boat was well. I don't think the boat went to Wisconsin. There's a lot of land in between the ocean and Wisconsin.
That there is, but
Pardon?
I say that there is, but
So
that's where they sent us. So.
Okay, I give up on that one. I know when I'm licked, so to speak. Then you were discharged from the army when you came home. At that time, did you stay in for more years or?
No, I came home then.
And then you got out.
Then I got out right.
So what did you do for a year and a half in Japan if there wasn't a war going on? Just sightsee or something?
Most likely,
Most likely.
yeah.
Okay, well that's a good answer. um, did you ever have any good memories while you were in Japan?
I suppose so.
Did you ever take the time to talk to the Japanese people even though they didn't speak English?
Oh yeah, right. Well, we had to speak to them so we find out where they knew what we were after. So
But they didn't speak English, so how did you communicate? Or some did, I guess.
yeah, they did.
Did you have a translator? Someone to translate for you?
They had translators around. Yes.
Okay. Did you ever go to anybody's home while you were in, as a guest or anything, while you were in Japan? Anybody invite you in for dinner or?
Well, they had invited me in for a number of places.
Family houses?
Yeah,
So you got to meet the families.
you're right. Yeah,
That must have been nice.
it was nice. Yeah,
So you must have got along pretty good with everybody in Japan then.
oh sure.
You did. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. So you did because you were a medic, you didn't have to carry a rifle then. Just
But
you did for a while. Well, basic training, yeah, sure.
well, not basic training because I went in after basic training was done away with at that time. So,
Okay.
but I did have a certain amount of training with a rifle and whatnot. So
Did you ever go back to Japan after the war was over?
no way,
No way.
no. It would have been nice, but
Would have been nice,
yeah,
but you didn't want, too far.
too far is correct.
Probably too expensive too, just to go there. And you wouldn't know anybody there anymore
No.
because everybody left.
No, they sure wouldn't, because everything was a real mess, really destroyed.
Mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why. Where should I be going from here? I'm getting lost. Am I missing anything?
Well, Dad, I always thought went from France into Germany following the troops, and then they were put on a troop train, and that once Germany surrendered, and then they were put on a boat going over through the Panama Canal into the Philippines.
Okay.
And what he was telling about was that they all had dysentery so bad, and the captain of the ship told them that they had to strip down. The nurses were kept in their quarters, and they were stripped down, hosed down on deck, and then given new clothes because the clothes were either burned or thrown overboard.
Well, have I missed anything you want to tell me?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's a good answer.